Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be taking this 2022 Mazda CX-5 on a POV test drive. This one is the S with the premium package, and the 2022 Mazda CX-5 was refreshed, and they did change the tail lights, headlights, and the rims. And I did do a full review of I believe the premium plus, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, let's go ahead and take this premium package on a POV test drive and see how it does. All right, so here is the interior of this 2022 Mazda CX-5. I just finished reviewing the CX-9 and drove really nice, but I'm gonna be driving the CX-5 now. I did drive the CX-5 2021, which is basically prior to the facelift. This 2022 is facelifted, so it does have no rims, no taillights and headlights, and honestly they look very good. And the Mazda CX-5 overall looks amazing. Here is the backup camera. The backup camera resolution is not too bad. It is nice and wide, and by the way, there is 8 trims you could choose from, which is insane. Brakes feel nice and solid, and this thing almost feels like it's a hybrid or electric. The engine is very quiet when it's basically idling, and there's no shaking or vibration while the SUV being in drive. But when you start driving, the engine is a little bit loud. But driving this 2022 CX-5, there's basically no difference between the 21 and 22. So this is just a facelift. They did a few things here and there, like the tail lights, headlights, and the rims. And honestly, I really like those rims. So Mazda did a great job with the rim design. It does have a 6-speed automatic transmission, and yeah, 6-speed is basically old. A lot of companies are going with 8-speed, 9-speed, and 10 speeds, but 6-speed for this CX-5 I think is good, and doesn't really affect me in any way. As long as the transmission works and shifts quick, then basically that's all I need. We're gonna hop on the highway and see how this CX-5 will do. I didn't even push this CX-5 that hard, and I do feel that the suspension is very good around corners. This SUV feels nice and solid, planted, and when putting this SUV in sport mode, everything just becomes stiff, and I don't think it has adjustable suspension, but every time you put a car in sport mode, it feels like it's stiff, but I think that has to do something with the transmission. And honestly, the CX-5 feels nice and responsive and light at the same time. It does have a 2.5 naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine. It is connected to a 6-speed automatic transmission, and you do have the option to shift gears by yourself. And actually it is nice and torquey even at higher speeds, so downshifting and hitting the gas pedal, it's nice and responsive. But anyways, this engine produces 187 horses and 186 pound-feet of torque, and it does have blind spot monitoring system. And yeah, this engine is actually not bad. You can get the CX-5 in 2.5 turbocharged engine, or you could get it non-turbocharged. Basically, it's your choice. But I think the higher trims will only have the turbocharged option, so you have to go for a higher trim to be able to get the turbocharged engine. But it is the same engine, the 2.5. And yeah, guys, 187 horsepower and 186 pound-feet of torque. I think they're more than enough for this Mazda CX-5. Transmission is actually nice and quick. Very nice. Yeah, I really like the transmission. So we're gonna go ahead and hop on the highway again. I'm gonna go ahead and test the suspension here. And by the way, there is 3 drive modes. There's sport, normal, and off-road. And I think off-road is brand new for 2022, if I'm not mistaken. So the transmission just wants to keep the transmission wants to stay at higher RPMs most of the time. It just doesn't want to shift. Yeah, handling is pretty good with this CX-5. So for the cabin noise is actually okay. There is no road noise and there is no wind noise. But when something is passing by, you could definitely hear it. I feel like Mazda should do something right here with the doors, or maybe double-sided glass or double pane glass would maybe fix this issue. But yeah, I think they should do something with the doors, because I could definitely hear a good amount of sound, especially when big trucks passing by or loud cars passing by. I forgot to mention, but it does have paddle shifters behind the steering wheel, and they're finished in plastic, but there's some paddle shifters, which is nice. Brakes feel nice and solid, and this is nice and soft. This is hard, but not plastic though. It's that synthetic rubber material. Vents look good, and yeah, everything in this Mazda CX-5 looks good. 6-speed automatic transmission, amazing. It is 6-speed, but it is nice and responsive. It is definitely more responsive than the CX-9 I drove, and it does have a 10.25-inch screen, and does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Steering wheel looks good. Gauges are nice and easy to understand. Good amount of buttons on the steering wheel. On the right is the cruise controls, and on the left is the phone controls with the volume controls and the seat buttons. And something that I noticed about the suspension on this CX-5, the suspension feels a little bit stiff, which is weird. I'm not sure if they changed anything with the suspension on this 2022, but yeah, it definitely feels a little bit stiff. So not a big fan of that, but driving on the highway, it's perfectly fine. But driving on roads with potholes and small things, you could definitely feel it. But yeah, very nice SUV. Does have a sunroof. Back seats are nice and spacious, wrapped in leather, and yeah, such a beautiful SUV. There's a good amount of storage place right here. 12 volt. It does have heated seats, engine start stop, automatic function, and it does have the dual feature, dual climate control, fan speed in the bottom, and yeah, just a very easy climate control. And overall, everything is within reach. Nothing's really far away. Yeah, this CX-5 is responsive. You hit the gas and it just goes. There is no turbo lag, or there is no lag at all actually with this CX-5. Let's go ahead and put it in sport mode, and I'm just gonna go ahead and hit the gas pedal and see how it accelerates from a dead stop. And by the way, you could control the screen by rotating this knob, volume knob, e-brake and brake hold are right here in the bottom. And yeah, the fan finish is perfect. It's not luxurious and it's not a Honda or Toyota level. It's basically in the middle. Oh yeah, nothing crazy, and doesn't really push you back to the seat, but very, very responsive from a dead stop. As I said, there is no turbo lag, and there is no lag at all from the transmission or the engine. So 186 pound-feet of torque are enough to basically make you accelerate quick from a dead stop. And I forgot to mention, but this one does have the I think red soul crystal color. Basically it's a $600 color. I think it's worth it, honestly. It does look very good when it's clean, and I think this is my favorite color on the CX-5. My second favorite is the blue they have. I think they have two blues. They have like the bright blue and dark blue. I think dark blue looks pretty good. But yeah, very comfortable seats. They're wrapped in leather, and they're heated. And the ride overall, it's nice and comfortable, but not as comfortable as the CX-9. But again, guys, I'm not sure what's the suspension setup on the CX-5. I think all of them have the same exact suspension, so I don't think any of them actually have like a sport suspension or anything like that. But it does feel like this one has like a stiffer suspension. I don't remember the 21 having like a stiff suspension like this one. And if you guys are curious about the price on this CX-5 is $34,000, but you do get a good amount of things. I don't think this one has the lane keep assist and the steering assist, but it does have the cruise control, the adaptive cruise control, and the emergency braking. And if you guys are curious about the MPGs, they are 24 in the city, 30 highway, and 26 combined. And yeah, such a beautiful SUV. There is 8 trims you could choose from. So Mazda basically made a trim for every single person out there. So there is just a ton of trims. I think the Honda CR-V has the LX, EX, EXL, and Touring. So with this CX-5, there is just a ton of trims to choose from. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this POV test drive of this refreshed 2022 Mazda CX-5. I would like to thank Spencer and Mazda in Milford, Connecticut for providing me this CX-5. If you guys are around, if you guys are interested, make sure to come and check them out. I'm going to go ahead and put the information and link in the bottom of this video. And if you guys would like to see more videos like this, please like and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you next time.